We'll give you the rest of the lineup for the Brewers in just a moment. Corey Hart hitting .269 with 3 home runs. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike on the Milwaukee right fielder. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Paul Maholm making his 6th start of the year.
And 2-1. So Steve, you don't believe in those jinxes, obviously. I've never seen anything like that in my life.
We don't need no stinking jinx.
Wow.
We need a good, solid ball game. Good outing from Paul. A couple of key hits.
When we went to a commercial, Steve broke a mirror. Steve wore 28. Maholm wears 28 now.
5 starts. The first 3 were magnificent. 1 run, 1 run, no runs. The last 2, he's worked 11 innings and has given up 9 runs. Get that thing turned around.
You know how much he has been chomping at the bit to get back on that hill after coughing up that 5-1 lead in Milwaukee against these Brewers.
So a lot of jinxes to get rid of tonight.
Yep, absolutely.
Clean the slate.
Past Maholm. Nice play for a moment by Sanchez, but he doesn't get to it cleanly. And thankfully that ball doesn't find the dugout. It'll be a base hit for Corey Hart. Check out the rest of the Brewers lineup, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. J.J. Hardy will be stepping to the plate. The shortstop, Ricky Weeks, will hit third. Ryan Braun out with a bad back. The Prince Fielder will hit cleanup. Then Mike Cameron. Bill Hall, .571 career hitter against Maholm. Casey McGehee bats 7th. Then Kendall and Giovanni Gallardo. Hardy takes a strike.
And you hope that's not a preview of things to come. That ball hit by Corey Hart, almost fielded by Maholm, and then there still was a chance for Freddie, but he was not able to get a handle on it, and it all fell apart. And as you said, lucky that Hart's not on second base.
Watch it again. Maholm never going to win a Gold Glove. He knows that.
I think got part of his foot, and then the deflection was toward Freddie. But, as you see, it just doesn't work out.
0-2 on J.J. Hardy. And a base hit. This one finds the hole between Andy LaRoche and Ramon Vasquez. First and second, back-to-back leadoff singles for these Milwaukee Brewers. They have to feel so confident whether they're playing the Pirates at Miller Park or here at PNC Park, just because the way things have gone the last year plus.
But, you know, they did not have that confidence a few years ago when the Pirates were beating them up on a regular basis at both ballparks.
Yeah, 2002, the Pirates owned the Milwaukee Brewers. Ricky Weeks to the plate. Pirates were 15-4 against Milwaukee in 2002. Ricky Weeks hitting .270. He takes ball 1. Brewers with runners in scoring position. It's kind of unusual. Milwaukee, a good hitter's ballpark, Miller Park. 15th in the league when they're at home. 5th in the league with runners in scoring position on the road. And a drive deep to right center field. And Moss makes the catch. Slight breeze blowing in might have helped. The rest of the Pirates defensively. Moss makes the play in right. McLeod will be in center field. Nyjer Morgan in left. The corners, the LaRoche brothers, Andy and Adam. Ramon Vasquez at short, Freddie Sanchez at second, and Jason Jaramillo behind the plate.
You know, Greg, let's just get a perspective on this thing, because if you're a card player, you know that the cards have no memory. Every hand is a new hand. So you acknowledge this thing. You're starting from scratch. There's no history once you play the anthem. It's a brand new ball game. It's zip, zip, and you go on from there. Acknowledge it, but then go about your business.
Now, this is a key batter for Paul Maholm, because the Brewers hit him pretty good overall, especially on deck. Mike Cameron, a .524 hitter. Bill Hall, a .536 career hitter. Prince Fielder is 2 for 24 lifetime against Paul Maholm.
Well, they have stats on everything, too, and the Pirates have a very good record when they have not allowed a home run. Very good numbers there. Paul Maholm has been quite good in this ballpark.
You see, when the bases are empty, hitting 174 against them. Runners on, 347. Mahalem against the big left-hand hitting first baseman Prince Fielder, and bounces this ball to first. Should be two. There's one. Mahalem is over and doesn't get the double play. Mahalem might have been just a little bit late getting over, and in searching the bag, Fielder able to reach and gets an RBI.
This should have been a double play. This guy doesn't run all that well. He hustles down to first base as best he can, but I don't think Paul has the foot on the base. The one hopper comfortably to Adam LaRoche.
Obviously not a good throw on the relay.
Yep. So he's going in one direction. The throw's coming back the other way, so that complicates the whole issue.
And a foul ball.
Yeah, one item on that particular play, too. As a pitcher, the quicker you can get over there and get yourself with a foot on each side of the bag, now you can adjust and you can go different ways with the throw. If you're late, you're searching for the ball and the bag. The quicker you can get over there, the more you're familiar with the base itself is, and then you can worry about the throw.
Maybe just a little bit late getting over there. Throw from Ramon Vasquez, pulling Mahalem back toward the plate. This ball bounced to third. LaRoche to second for the out there. Well, double play ball that was not turned, costing Mahalem a run. After a half, Milwaukee won, and now Pittsburgh comes to bat. Pirates lineup brought to you by PNC. Nyjer Morgan leads off. Freddie Sanchez hits second. Then it's Nate McLeod in the three spot. Adam LaRoche, Brandon Moss, and Andy LaRoche. Ramon Vasquez, a .362 career hitter against the Milwaukee Brewers. Jason Jaramillo behind the plate, and Paul Mahalem on the mound. Nyjer Morgan batting .310.
And it's going to be a challenge for the Pirates. We all know what Gallardo did last time out. He's the real deal. This is not just a flash in the pan. This young man has a chance to be real good.
Fly ball to right. And it's Hart. One out.
Yovani Gallardo, 1-0 with a home run last time out against the Pirates. This young man's a native of Mexico, grew up in Texas, and maybe have a look at his stats so far this year. Check out, if we can hold it right there for a minute, 34 and 34. So he's averaging a strikeout an inning, among other things. Control is good. Second round choice of the Brewers back in 2004. 6'2", 222 pounds, and he's pretty special.
He's 23 years old, from Mexico. Fouled out a play by Freddie Sanchez.
Missed a lot of last year with knee issues. Had a couple of different bouts with some knee problems, so his production was nil.
Sanchez, a fly ball to shallow left, and a catch made. Excellent job by Bill Hall. who makes his first career start in left field. He's been everywhere except left, seems like. Bill Hall, another look.
Seems like he's been with the Brewers forever also.
Bill Hall at short 3 years ago, a couple seasons back, moved to center. Last year, third base.
Good catch, kind of caught it around thigh high and then went down on the grass, but nonetheless an above average play.
He's out there because, again, Ryan Braun not able to start with back issues. So Hall moves from third to left, and Casey McGehee at third base. 2 up, 2 down for Gallardo, who breezed through the Pirates lineup the first time around. He pitched a perfect game through 4 2/3 innings. Andy LaRoche broke up a no-hit bid with a double, 2 outs into the 5th inning, and Hall tested again. Not much of a test. That's a lazy fly ball, and the Pirates hit 3 fly balls and are retired quickly after 1 at PNC Park. 1-0 Brewers. Brought to you by A&L Motors.
Yeah, quite simply, just find a way. It can be 12-11, it can be 1-0, it can be sloppy, it can be a beautifully played game. Doesn't matter, just as long as the Pirates wind up with more runs than the Brewers. And then the matchup, Paul against Bill Hall and Mike Cameron. They have very impressive numbers against Paul Mulholland. Just find a way, find a way.
Found a way to get Cameron to bounce to third. Now see how he does against Hall leading off. 536 career against Mulholland, and crushes this one to center. Back is McLouth at the warning track. Hit that on the nose, but to dead center.
So some early good swings.
Looked like he was kind of grabbing his hamstring after that diving catch he made in left. See if he grimaces a bit, maybe. Kind of a limp. We'll have to watch that tonight.
Or thinking that ball perhaps was going to go farther than it did.
Could be. Here is the rookie, Casey McGehee. Strike 1. Checking on Hall. Bounce to third, LaRoche. To LaRoche. Better start. See if we can't see something in that catch that Bill Hall made on the Sanchez fly ball.
Sometimes you just get in between. You don't know whether you're going to have to dive like that. You can see the discomfort there, or whether you just want to stay upright and turn the glove the other way. Sometimes that indecision can make it a little awkward out in left field.
Jason Kendall.
Stretch that hammy out.
check swing comebacker. Much better inning for Mahalem. 1-2-3 in a hurry. On to the bottom of the second. 1-0 Milwaukee. Skipper of the Milwaukee Brewers in his first year, shaking his head because Bill Hall, we showed you between innings checking with the trainer, he's not going to continue. Looked like maybe a hamstring issue. He's going to be lifted from the ball game as he will limp back to the clubhouse. Chris Duffy, former Pirate, takes over in left. A lot of Pirate ties between these two teams. Starting with Maka.
Kendall, Duffy.
Suppan. Doug Melvin was a minor league Pirate player. That's how he and Maka became buddies back in the early 70s. Strike on Adam LaRoche. Doug Melvin, the general manager of the Brewers.
A little perspective on Gallardo. This is start number 6 for him. He gave up 6 of his total of 11 runs given up in 1 inning. So he's been pretty good in and around that one bad inning that he had against the Cincinnati Reds.
Bob Davidson calls that ball 2-1. LaRoche, good career numbers against Gallardo.
No stranger to the Pirates. This is start number 5. We told you he missed basically all of last year. Wound up starting 4 games, but had the knee issues. The year before that, you could see it coming. 9-5, rookie year with a 3.67 ERA.
Ball 4. Last time against the Pirates, Wednesday afternoon in Milwaukee. Gallardo was outstanding, perfect through 4 2/3 innings. Andy LaRoche doubled to break up the no-hit bid. Then he struck out Ramon Vasquez. He ended up with 10 strikeouts in 8 innings. And here we are, 1 out into the 7th of a scoreless game. Gallardo, an 0-2 pitch, homers off Ian Snell, his 2nd home run of the season, accounting for the lone run of that ball game. 7th pitcher since 1954 to hit a solo home run, which has taken high Brandon Moss. And I believe the continuation of that note was and strikeout 10 in a game.
Quite a performance. And there was the victim, Ian Snell, who pitched very well. Well, the Pirates got shut out a couple times, and both starters in those back-to-back shutouts pitching well. I think last Wednesday and last Friday.
Yep.
The last game in Milwaukee, the first game of the homestand.
Zach Duke, the victim on Friday night here.
Those are games. Yeah, those are games those are the ones that really hurt when your pitcher does a heck of a job. Also,
Brandon Moss trying to get it going. A drive to center field, and it is off the wall. Adam LaRoche had to hold, but he'll wave as that ball was carrying toward left center, and it'll be a triple for Brandon Moss, who has to start feeling a little bit of pressure, and that maybe will ease some of that pressure as he ties the game.
That ball went a long way. Mike Cameron looked like he turned the wrong way and then got tangled up against the padded wall. This ball had a lot of carry to it. He goes downstairs, as left-handers like to do, and it's got a lot of distance and a little slice. You see Cameron turn toward right center, and that makes it a longer trip to get back to the wall and costs him any chance to make a catch. Tried to recover, didn't get there quite quick enough because of the initial bad turn.
Andy LaRoche at the plate with the infield 3/4 of the way in. They're not all tight with the grass, trying to give themselves some range. Adam LaRoche, the leadoff walk and scoring on the triple. And 1-800-SAFE-AUTO reminds you that you are safe at home with Safe Auto, proudly supporting the Obadiah Cole Foundation for prostate cancer screening and awareness. Early detection is the cure. Another look.
Take a look and see Cameron making the turn that way, and that cost him.
In the dirt.
And it's hard for a center fielder because you got a left-hand batter, so that ball initially goes out toward right center field, but he's still got a little bit of that slice on it, and so you make your first move to right center, and as a result you get burned.
Tapper, this will not bring home the run. Brings up Ramon Vasquez. Our Geico quote from John Russell the other day says, "I'm even more confident in our lineup now than last year when we had Jason Bay and Xavier Nady. We've got people who can hit." I asked John Russell on his radio show before yesterday's game if he needed to clarify the quote, clean it up, and he said, "No, I believe that." He said, we're a different team. We can do more things. And with Nyjer Morgan now in left field and at the top of the order, can run more. We're stealing more. We're able to hit and run more. And so far, that offense, which most people believe would be one of the worst offenses in baseball, right now 6th in the league in hitting.
Go back to my key here. You got to find a way to get this ball out of the infield. Find a way. Find a way.
Goes to 2-0 on Vasquez. Nate McLouth with Morgan. We've said this time and time again now since the start of the season. With Morgan performing as well as he has, it enables John Russell to hit McLouth third rather than lead off, because really there aren't any other options when you think about it. If Morgan didn't succeed at the top of the order, Russell probably forced to hit McLouth leadoff. 2-1 on Vasquez. Steve talks about finding a way. Vasquez, despite that low batting average, 175, has found a way to get on. He's walked 10 times in 51 plate appearances. Another walk. A couple of guys on the disabled list. Ryan Doman leaning over the railing. He's going to be out for a couple of months. Jack Wilson eligible to come off the disabled list in 6 days. Whether he will or not is another matter. He's got that bruised left middle finger. Was out taking ground balls from Perry Hill earlier this afternoon. Steve said you got to find a way to get that runner home from third. Now Gallardo and the Brewers are thinking of a way to get a double play ball from Jason Jaramillo.
And you wonder if they were thinking about that when they kind of worked around. I don't know if it's intentional or not, but by working around Vasquez, you set up this double play and you give yourself a chance to get out of this. Paul Maholm was able to minimize damage in the top of the first. Gallardo trying to do it here in the bottom of the second.
And Jaramillo, who is a Racine, Wisconsin native. A lot of family and friends in town last week when the Pirates were at Miller Park. .286 average. Takes a strike.
Now, is it me or that Mike Cameron's playing pretty deep? In my memory, he's been one of those confident center fielders who has played kind of shallow, confident in his ability to go back, but having not been able to do that on the ball that Moss hit, maybe hedging his bet a little bit in terms of depth.
And a little broken bat flare. Runners hold. Friday night, September 25th, during Fan Appreciation Weekend, all fans get a bobblehead of the player who wins the Fans Vote Bobblehead Contest, sponsored by Trib Total Media. It's now down to the final 5 players, so go to pirates.com/fanvote. Do that now through the 15th of this month. Cast a vote for your favorite bucko. Nate McLeod, Paul Maholm, Nyjer Morgan, Andy LaRoche, and Freddie Sanchez, down to the final 5. Maholm trying to bear down, find a way. 1 for 9 at the plate.
Starting off this at bat, ball 1, make sure you get a strike.
Ball 2.
I don't know if he'll get the take sign or not. I'd be guessing yes. Although this, it's kind of a catch-22, because this is an ideal scenario for anybody up the batter's box to look for a fastball right down the middle for Gallardo to try to get back into the at-bat.
Well, 3-0. Maholm has walked a couple of times this season. He was the walk man last year. And that's interesting. The bullpen phone is ringing.
What is that all about? Now, he's a little out of character here, having walked 2 in 1 inning. His control has been exceptional. Last 3 starts, he's given up 3 free passes.
Wow. 4-pitch walk. Maholm somehow, it's amazing. He walked 6 times last year, and that's already his 3rd walk this season.
Billy Castro out to talk, and I saw the call. I'm assuming that they weren't ordering pizza, that they were calling the bullpen.
Maybe just to be at the ready.
He got it done in a hurry. As you can see, 7 pitches in the first inning, and now 3 walks.
Umpiring crew, Bob Davidson is behind the plate. Jeff Nelson at first base. Mark Carlson, the second base umpire, and the crew chief is Tim Cheetah. He's at third.
Well, what if he hit one down in the corner now? It'd be a foot race between Nyjer Morgan and Paul Maholm.
Yeah. And
it'd be like the pierogi race.
Yeah. Yeah. Maholm is, I don't know, would you say Oliver Onion and Cheese Chester coming up behind and having to slow down maybe. In the dirt. Very unusual here for Giovanni Gallardo.
How quickly this can happen. That first inning, bang, bang, bang. 3 up, 3 down quick. And now he's all over the place.
At third base, Moss, the triple. Vasquez walked and Maholm walked. Takes ball 2.
Now, do you have him take, or do you turn him loose expecting that buffet pitch?
2-1.
And Gallardo got a call. That was right up around the letters, but he gets the call. Back involved in this at bat.
Should end it. Second to short. The Pirates leave them loaded, but they have tied it up as Gallardo shows some wildness. 1-1.
And by Aflac. Aflac, we've got you under our wing.
Brand new Pirate P painted behind home plate. Earlier today, the grounds crew out working on that.
Look at that. I tried to grow that stuff to make it green, and now it looks nice.
It sure does. It's one of the things that Frank Coonley, as a team president, put in place right away. Bring back that old Pittsburgh style P, Pirate P. Well, 0-2 the count on Gallardo. No automatic out. 4 career homers, including 2 this season.
Greg, you go back to the bottom of the second. Great start for the Pirates. They walked the triple, and on third, nobody out. Ouch. Didn't bring him in. Didn't find a way.
Still 1-2 on Gallardo. His first career home run, August of '07 against the Diamondbacks' Doug Davis. His second career home run was a week later against the Pirates' Tony Armas. Not this time. First strikeout for Mahalam. Let's check out our Day Automotive this day in Pirates baseball history. Pirates tied a modern-day club record 11 runs in 1 inning, the 6th inning, on way to a 12-5 rout over the Reds. Also, the 1942 Pirates did it against the Cardinals. That's our This Day in Pirates history. Thank you, Day Automotive. Corey Hart, infield hit in the first. Scored on the Prince Fielder ground ball. Ricky Weeks, normally the leadoff man, and Hart hits 5th.
Paul Mahalam seems to have figured it out after those leadoff singles.
Hart will hit, I'm sorry, Steve, Hart will hit second 2 at times against lefties.
Yep.
It's a lineup that is so heavily right-handed, can be awfully tough for left-handed pitchers. Everybody in the lineup, with the exception of Prince Fielder, on a normal day, bats right-handed. Back-to-back strikeouts for Mahalam.
Just took a little something off there, a little off-speed pitch action, and had Corey Hart out in front. So those swings that finish up one-handed.
Mahalam's fastball to Hardy is high and away. We'll watch this second time through the batting order for Paul Mahalam. You see lefties hitting 120 against him. Righties 280. Opposition hitting $140 the first time through the lineup. The second time through, Mahalam has really struggled. Opposition hitting $432 against him, and then look at that, third time through, 194. Who knows? Fly ball to left, Nyjer Morgan. It's going to be the second consecutive 1-2-3 inning for Paul Mahalam. And it's a 1-1 game. Hallam sits down after setting down the last 9 in a row since the Hardy single in the first. Batter Freddie Sanchez. Most extra base hits in the National League this season, brought to you by Beryl. Mike Cameron and Freddie Sanchez among the league leaders. Sanchez takes ball 2. Sanchez off to a fine start, 327. Not surprisingly, just 3 walks. He doesn't walk a lot. There's a fly ball, broken bat, and it is the second baseman, Weeks, quickly out.
Well, we have a moment, Greg. I just want to send along congratulations in a couple different directions. First of all, Joe Billadu does such a good job in our marketing and promotional department, handles all our alumni affairs. His mom, Sandy, celebrating her 76th birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, didn't mean to mention the number, Sandy, but many happy returns. And by the way, your son does a heck of a job in the front office and with us old-timers.
Something happening out in center. Something in Cameron's eye. They tell us that Bill Hall forced to leave with a cramp in his hamstring.
Could be a contact lens issue, perhaps. By the way, we're looking at that. Congratulations to Reno Diorio, retired as headmaster of the Lindsley School down in Wheeling. Mr. Nutting is a member of the board down there in Reno. A lot of years of great service. He's one of the most rock-solid men I have ever met. Native of the Burgettstown area. And just a great career, both up at Kiski and down at Lindsley. You know, we congratulate you and hope the rest of the journey is most pleasant.
Congratulations.
Good man, really good man.
Roger Kaplinger, the head trainer for the Brewers, takes care of that issue. And Kenny Mock out there as well. Cameron all right?
Yeah, a little trouble with the eye and a little trouble with the wall.
McLeod flied out to left. We got a chance to see the Nate McLeod All-Star bobblehead today in our meeting.
Yeah.
It'll be given away during the Saturday, May 16th game against the Rockies. The Nate McLeod All-Star bobblehead from Consol Energy. Ball to strike on Pirate All-Star Nate McLeod. That All-Star balloting underway in ballparks, and you can go to Pirates.com and start casting your votes. And a base hit for Nate the Great. A 1-out single. We'll see how much running the Pirates decide to do. We mentioned that one of the reasons John Russell said that about feeling better about this lineup than he did last year's, the one with Nady and Bay in it. One of the reasons said because we can run more, hit and run more, steal more bases. McLeod 3 for 3 this season. Opposition 4 for 4 with Gallardo on the mound. Now Kendall was doing great work last year. A real bounce back season for him throwing out runners after a couple of miserable seasons in that department for the veteran backstop.
I think we're seeing more running all over the place, all over the major leagues. Maybe the home run's getting a little more scarce, but the running game maybe just cyclical, but they're taking off a lot more.
Opposition has stolen 14 bases against Kendall in 17 tries.
Well, talking to Tony Beasley, he maintains that 85 to 90% of the stolen bases are stolen against the pitcher. That high. I mean, 85 to 90% off the pitcher.
Boy, it must drive catchers crazy.
Yeah, it does.
To hear, well, but to hear these stats then thrown out, you know, especially, I mean, Kendall, you remember, Steve, when he had that split season with Oakland and the Chicago Cubs. He was traded from Oakland to Chicago in 2007. And the numbers were just unbelievable. 124 runners attempted to steal against him that year. He threw out only 13, 10%.
And you want your major league average to be no less than 30.
And last year Kendall did a real nice job, 39%, almost 40% throwing out runners. So there's a drive hit deep to left. Duffy going back to the warning track. Oh, nice catch by Duffy. Back to first goes McLeod.
Tremendous catch. That ball didn't have all that much height, so he had to get back there. And this ball had a lot of carry, but Chris Duffy never quit on it. That's very good. There just wasn't a whole lot of time to get back there to the wall where that ball was going to wind up.
Sensational catch by Duffy, and Pirate fans, having watched him roam the outfield mainly in center for parts of 3 seasons, not surprised he could make that kind of a catch.
That would have been interesting too if that ball is not caught. You got Nate McLeod just kind of hovering at second base, and good chance for him to score the Pirates' second run. But Duffy changed all that.
Brandon Moss crushed one off the wall in left center. See if that doesn't spark him.
Nothing against Bill Hall, but I don't know if Bill Hall makes that kind of play that Chris Duffy, just because he's not played the outfield that much.
Hard to imagine he could have made that catch. Isn't it funny how things go? Hall pulled from the game because of a cramp in the hamstring, they say. 1 ball, no strikes on Moss. And a pop-up. Third baseman McGehee makes the easy play. Pirates get a runner, strand him. Through 3 at PNC Park. Still Milwaukee 1, Pittsburgh 1. Carlos Beltran of the Mets with 26 second, and that leads us to our Aflac trivia question. Who was the last Pirate to lead the National League in singles for a single season?
Last Pirate.
Lead the National League in singles. I wish we had some kind of hint.
Am I allowed to guess?
You can. I don't know the answer. I'm going to guess along with you. Say like Omar Moreno. I understand that's an okay guess, but a wrong answer.
Jack Wilson.
Should I say Jack Wilson? I hear that's also a very good guess, but
meaning it's wrong.
Worse than mine. 1 ball, 1 strike on Ricky Weeks. Van Slyke.
No.
No. 1 and 2 on Weeks. Flied out in the first. On deck, Prince Fielder, then Mike Cameron. Chilly night in Pittsburgh. The Brewers in town for the first of 2. Tomorrow night, It's Ian Snell for the Buccos against Jeff Suppan. And then the Pirates hit the road for a week. 2-2 to Ricky Weeks.
I guess Georgie Washington would be incorrect.
Georgie Washington, where do you get that? Leading the league in singles. Come on, help us out there.
Just as close as Andy Van Slyke.
Wow. There's a single to center to lead off the fourth. Check out the Verizon Wireless The Road Ahead. Upcoming games for the Pirates and on the TV schedule tomorrow 7:05. Pirates and Brew Crew conclude the homestand, then on to St. Louis on TV on Wednesday night and Thursday afternoon. That's been added on Thursday afternoon. Friday night radio only game on FM News Talk 104.7 and our various network stations, and then Saturday and Sunday afternoons from the new ballpark, home of the Mets. That right off of Jaramillo's mitt. Was it cross up or what? Weeks goes into second. That'll be a pass ball.
And you always look at what the catcher does after a situation like that. First of all, he's got the glove turned the wrong way. You got to turn the glove over so you kind of, your fingers are down close to the ground. They're on the ground side. And I don't know if they're double checking the signals. Many times when it's a cross up, they will go into conference, but I don't know if that was the case there.
Now in scoring position, no one out. Of course, Walkie tells the story about one of his catchers. I don't know, it was Slaught or LaValliere or somebody. A similar play. Goes out there and Walkie says, I didn't cross. I threw the right pitch. And the guys, whoever it was, whatever catcher said, it doesn't matter. They think you did now that I'm out here.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
They think you crossed me up now that I'm standing out here. I know I messed it up.
Yep.
Ball to strike on Prince Fielder. Picked up the RBI on what looked like a double play ball in the first inning. Boy, Mike Cameron on deck. Here's a liner to center field. A base hit as McLeod able to deke Weeks. But the Weeks will go to third, putting runners at the corners. And no one out. Just the third hit in 26 career at-bats for Fielder against Paul Maholm. I'm mentioning the Cameron, when he was on deck, was not near the on-deck circle. He was about 10 feet toward home plate, and that usually is a no-no, isn't it, Steve?
Yeah, he was
on the grass.
Over in here.
Yeah. Usually pitchers don't take too kindly to that. Remember a college player a few years ago, pitcher nailed a kid.
That's right. And you wonder sometimes, real severe pull hitters, you're a little wary over there, but not that far.
I mean, there's only one reason to be over there, and that's to try and pick up a pitcher better.
Mm-hmm. And now Paul Maholm in the soup, facing the two guys that have those good numbers.
Mm-hmm.
About the keys of the game.
Well, Hall's out of there now.
Yeah, that's true.
Then Duffy on deck. But Cameron, .524 career. It's 2-1 on the veteran Mike Cameron.
Ball comes up and in. Let's see if he turns the ball back over, down and away. Try to get that ground ball. Turn two. You'd make that deal, give up the run, and move on. Well, tries to crowd him again. Duffy waiting for his first at bat. He's already had a A+ mark on his side of the ledger because of that catch. There's that little turnover. Looked like a little sinking fastball, down and away. Yep, perfecta.
Pop up. Second baseman Sanchez.
Nice
hold. Big out.
comes all the way back, and after being behind 3-1, a strike, and now come back inside. So they worked the old inside, outside, back inside program and got themselves a big out, and now they're one pitch away from getting out of this. But Chris Duffy will not be the easiest person to double up. He has terrific speed.
Almost impossible, you'd think, to double up Chris Duffy. Third baseman Andy LaRoche has to play in. Chris Duffy was invited to Brewers camp, non-roster player. Beat out Tony Gwynn Jr. Duffy now 29 years old. 1 ball, 1 strike. Last year, appeared in 18 games for the Pirates AA affiliate Altoona on a rehab. And then did 275 in a dozen games at AAA Indianapolis. One and 2 on Chris Duffy, who was selected in the 8th round of the 2001 draft by the Pirates. Bucks really thought he was going to be the anchor in center field for years. That great speed, great glove, tremendous speed from the left side. He had some sporadic work starting in 2005.
Remember, it was Duffy,
Dave
McLeod.
Yes.
McLeod, Duffy,
I remember too. Jim
forth.
Tracy against tough left-handers on certain nights would rest Duffy in favor of McLeod. And I'm going to ask McLeod this. You have to think that ultimately really helped McLeod's development. He would face the toughest left-handers in the league to give Duffy the night off.
Well, now Paul Mulholland, the whole plan changes now because he got that first out. You got to be thinking strikeout now. You can't be thinking double plays. Thinking about a strikeout.
Got it. Looking.
Second strikeout, and it couldn't have come at a better time. And that was the plan. Once you get to 1 and 2, or 2 strikes in any scenario, you're thinking strikeout with runners at first and third. Before that, you're thinking about damage control. Mike Cameron up there, good numbers. Once you get him, now the whole goal changes. Perfect pitch.
Faces the rookie Casey McGee with runners at first and third, 2 outs. Duffy strikes out looking. McGee bounced out to Andy LaRoche, his first at bat, and he bounces this ball to the shortstop Vasquez. And
nice.
Mulholland leaves them stranded.
Nice. As good as it gets.
Aflac trivia question. This one has us stumped, Steve. The last Pirate to lead the National League in singles for a season. Nyjer Morgan currently leading the National League. Our guesses were Not good.
Tony Womack.
Tony Womack, yes.
I knew it was him.
Sure you did. 149 singles for Tony Womack in 1998. Andy LaRoche grounded out in the second. Both pitchers working their way out of jams. Mahalam was in the soup with runners at first and third. No one out. Pirates had them loaded in the second as Andy LaRoche drives one deep to left field, and it is way gone as it hits the foul pole for a home run. Andy LaRoche gives the Pirates a 2-1 lead.
Clank. Second one this homestand we've seen hit off the left field foul pole.
It's his first home run of the season. And for Andy LaRoche, it's his fourth as a Pirate. And the LaRoches have a monopoly on the home runs. The last homer was hit by Adam in San Diego.
So the home run drought is over. That's one jinx taken care of. And it was a real bell ringer. Boy, it makes a racket. That pole.
Fielder makes the play on Vasquez. Watch and listen to the home run by Andy LaRoche.
It does make a racket.
Boy, he got him way up there too. That wasn't a cheapie. How far up that pole was it, Steve? See if we can you tell us straight?
Stop it right there. I'm going to give him that, well, that other area.
4-3 on the putout. Two outs. Mahalam will come to the plate. Man, way up there.
It's a big, it's a big round foul pole with a hollow center. It just makes a great sound when your guys hit it. Actually, we've got sound effects. We turn them in when our guys hit it. When the opposition hits it,
it's a thud.
Yeah, there's no sound.
Bucks now lead 2-1 in the fourth.
Look in the window, Aunt Minnie.
Bang. Oops, she never made it. Rosie Rosewell call.
Imagine Bob Prince being somebody's assistant.
How about that? Prince is up there with glass, shattering it. All right, I'll do it, laddie. 2-1. The Andy LaRoche home run.
Oh, there's a hat there.
Yeah. Steve, what exactly were you doing?
I was waving.
There.
Waving. I was waving Andy LaRoche in.
Okay.
Or Adam.
Deep, short, and retired is Kendall. Vasquez to Adam LaRoche. Southwest Field Camp. Ramon Vasquez does not have a lot of range, but when he gets to the balls, makes the plays. Brian Bixler the night off. Bixler has really struggled recently at the plate. The Pirates are looking for some offense.
Well, not too long ago, that would have been an infield single for Jason Kendall.
Yeah.
He got a lot of them.
Foul and out of play. Gallardo struck out in the third.
Well, we talk about pitchers, whether it's a reliever or a starter, the ability to get out of jams. Paul Maholm has demonstrated that ability in the first inning and really demonstrated it in the fourth.
Line drive right at Vasquez. Line out to the shortstop. Check out now the Deal Automotive Farm Report. Tom Gorzelani. Saturday lost to Rochester. 7 innings, couple of runs, 8 hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts. Also Virgil Vasquez. Last 11 2/3 innings, couple of walks, 7 strikeouts. He's 1-1, a 4.37 ERA. Talked on his radio show yesterday with general manager Neil Huntington, which can be heard before every Sunday Pirates game. And he said that the velocity is up for Gorzelani, but still not where he needs to be. And that pitch shot past Andy LaRoche, and Karams into shallow left. A 2-out double for Corey Hart, his second hit.
Well, the great thing about that first graphic you saw from Tom Gorzelani, 0 walks. Such a big issue for Tom. 0 walks. It has to be a big part of that story for that game.
Yeah, that's a step in the right direction for sure for Gorzo.
Okay.
J.J. Hardy is 1 for 2.
More damage control required for Paul Maholm. Another runner in scoring position. Chasing that low breaking ball.
Hardy came in batting 160. Brewers as a team, batting average of .248, tied for 11th. Nice block by Jaramillo. Pirates 6th in the league. Bounce to second. Sanchez to LaRoche. And the Brewers leave another runner. They have stranded 4 through 4.5. Paul Maholm and the Pirates lead the Brew Crew at PNC Park. bottom of the 5th inning. That stuff's old news, isn't it?
Yep.
Strike on Nyjer Morgan. He's flied out and bounced into a force play.
Trying to
catch up, huh?
Trying to catch up. Yep. Catch up on your reading here at the ballpark. Trying to create a new headline tomorrow morning. We are here with a 2-1 lead. Trying to stop this stuff with the Brewers.
It's 15 in a row. Pirates have dropped to Milwaukee. Second baseman Weeks throws out Morgan. Savardon Sports Beat's Kids Night has a new date, Thursday, June 18th, and Stan needs your help with the show. Looking for 2 boys, 2 girls, aged 10 to 17, to be co-hosts. To enter, visit fsninsider.com, and we've extended the entry period until June 10th. fsninsider.com. Co-host with Stan.
Nice overhand curveball by Gallardo. You don't see that pitch all that often. That's straight overhand. Used to call it a drop way back when.
And who had the best drop pitch?
Best
in
two
your
I ever
day?
saw: Sandy Koufax, lefty; Bert Blyleven, righty. The downer. Uncle Charlie, the hammer.
Line to right field by Sanchez. It's a fair ball toward the corner. Thinking 2, and he's going to get there with a double. A 1-out double the opposite way.
The Freddie Sanchez trademark. You got that bat angle created, ready to go.
His 11th to take over the National League lead in that doubles department.
An abrupt slide into second base. All's well that ends well. Let's see if we can cash this opportunity in.
Ball to strike on McLeod. A fly to left, a single to right. Off speed 1-2 the count on McLeod.
Well, it's called not only getting out in front, but then continuing that unfortunate attempt out in front and swinging the ball down in the dirt. Double whammy, but he's still got one.
Two and 2. McLeod hitting over 350 in 13 games at PNC Park this season. 10 RBIs in 12 games. Remains 2 and 2.
Looking at the headlines today, how about Oliver Perez after that big contract to the New York Mets? They don't know quite what to do with Ollie these days.
Put him in the bullpen. He's going to be in the bullpen for the time being, and they really won't go any further. We only know that the Pirates won't be facing Oliver Perez. 3 and 2.
Talk about the high price guys. CC Sabathia got knocked around a little bit.
The one thing about putting Oliver Perez in the bullpen for a guy that at times struggles with his control, I don't know if it's the first guy you're going to call on relief, huh?
He might be the first guy.
Well, yeah,
somebody gets knocked out early. Yeah.
Up the middle, a base hit for McLeod. Sanchez waved, he scores, and Nate McLeod picks up his 16th ribby, and the Pirates lead 3-1.
Right under the glove of Gallardo.
There's that curveball, Steve. McLeod gets to it.
Boy, after a real awkward swing, chasing a bad pitch, being out in front. That's what they say to all baseball players from the age of 5 on up. Hey, still got one, still alive.
Nate McLouth picking up the ribby, and the Pirates now leading by 2.
And you wonder about Nate here. I got this feel for some reason. So does Gallardo. Sometimes, and nothing to base it on, just feel like, who knows, he might just take off here and try to get himself in scoring position.
He has been successful in each of his last 24 stolen base attempts.
Not much of a lead.
Ball 1. If you're McLouth, you know, on the one hand, you like to get in scoring position for a left-hand hitter, but you hear oftentimes, Steve, they like to have that hole on the right side too. So
yeah.
I guess it's kind of at times a double-edged sword there.
Yeah, 2 sides to that sword.
1 ball, no strikes to count on Adam LaRoche. Maybe a fast runner, stolen base type guy like McLouth thinks twice about stealing a bag, even though that does put him in scoring position, but it means that hole closes up for Adam LaRoche.
Okay, if you want to take it a step further, Adam LaRoche, kind of an uppercut kind of a guy. You wonder how many ground balls he hits. I don't know what the ratio is, but a lot of the guys like Adam, they like to go downstairs, pick that ball up, and give it a lot of lift. So a lot of times that back shoulder will dip a little bit. Ball will fly instead of roll.
LaRoche robbed of extra bases by Chris Duffy. Outstanding leaping catch at the wall in left.
They had the kind of swing that you see when he's on fire. It just seemed to just barely miss that pitch. Had the feel that he got what he's looking for and just didn't quite get to it.
Last dozen games for Adam LaRoche. He's hitting at a .395 clip at PNC Park. 7 doubles.
He likes it here. Mahalan likes to pitch here. Really shouldn't phrase it that way. Mahalan likes to pitch anywhere in the big leagues, but he's had pretty good success here. I should say it that way. In the big leagues, you should like to pitch everywhere.
There goes the runner.
Watch out! Watch out! Oh boy, I hope that hit a seat. That ball was absolutely ripped over there.
Absolutely blistered for the seats by Adam LaRoche.
I'd say he's out in front of that pitch a little bit, but he's okay down
there. Struck him out looking. Just the second strikeout for Gallardo.
We'll take a look at it. Looked like it was out on the outside part of the plate. Yep, that's a good looking pitch. No complaints, I think, from Adam LaRoche. In fact, he wish it hadn't been placed there.
Moss tripled in the first run in the second and popped up to third his last at bat against Gallardo.
A little bit of a lean there at first base from Nate McLouth. Brewer's still trying to keep an eye on him. I thought Johnny Cueto did a very good job of keeping track of Pirate runners yesterday, the few of them that there were.
Yeah.
For a youngster, good presence.
Ball 1 on Moss. A run in on the McLouth single, driving home Freddie Sanchez from second.
Still a modest lead, but creeping a little bit.
Now Gallardo falls behind Brandon Moss. 2 balls, no strikes.
You know, when you think of these kind of innings, you had that double in the base hit, a quick run for the Pirates. Now the strikeout, things have settled down. And Just like to see Brandon Moss run into one.
2-1. Last time Moss did run into one. Second inning.
Mike Cameron not able to catch up to it. 3-bagger. Come on, Adam. He scores. Pirates broke out. Broke out of that string of scoreless innings.
And popped up. Easy for Prince Fielder as he approaches the back of the mound. Bucks get one. A Sanchez double and a McLeod single. And now Pittsburgh leads Milwaukee 3-1.
And by Levin Furniture, home of the luxury Stearns & Foster mattress.
Pirates lead 3-1. Cool evening in the Berg. Game 1 of 2 with the Brew Crew.
Well, half a moon, half a ball game so far. So far, so good.
Hope you saw our
Half a
open.
clear sky.
Hope you saw the open tonight.
we
Steve
got rid of the jinx.
Yeah,
we don't need no
spitting in that
stinking
jinx's eyes.
jinx.
Ricky Weeks leads off 1 for 2. He's flied out and singled. Pirates and the Brewers hits even at 5 apiece, and hits have been the key for this pitching staff to lead the league in ERA, having allowed the second fewest hits in the National League, behind only the Los Angeles Dodgers pitching staff. It's kind of amazing when you think that the Pirates pitchers have struck out the fewest in the league. So the ball is being put in play
And being caught.
Yep. Talking again to Neil Huntington on his radio show before yesterday's games. We really don't expect this to be a top 5 pitching staff. So the numbers are probably going to even out as time goes on. But he credited Joe Kerrigan with the game planning. He credited Gary Varsho and Perry Hill with the defensive positioning.
Goes hand in hand. You start catching the ball on a regular basis, your pitchers feel a little more comfortable out there too.
One ball, 2 strikes. And he went.
Sure did.
4th strikeout for Paul Maholm.
Didn't want to go, but went. That was an easy call.
out the Firestone statistic. Top box here, and Major League Baseball balls put in play. Essentially, Pirates giving up 265, opponent's average. Balls in play. And look at the top 5 teams in the league, and the Pirates at the very top. The average is 299, so Pirates doing much better than the league average. Balls put in play. It's such an interesting start to this season.
I don't know what that stat means. Balls put into play. Everybody's going to put balls into play, right?
Well, some balls are caught that are put in play, right?
Yeah.
Ball 2 strikes the count.
I'm just overstated.
You're trying to overstate it.
Yeah, well.
That you're overstated.
Yep.
And down goes Prince Fielder with the 5th strikeout of the game.
So far, a nice looking top of the 6th inning as Paul Maholm goes deeper into the ball game. And again, a pitch down out of the strike zone. Used to be an old theory, when you get out in front, you get to 2 strikes, don't throw another strike until they force you to. And that might be a little overstated too. Steve Carlton used to say that. He said, I'm not going to throw any strikes until they make me.
Yeah. And quickly swinging a 2-hopper. 6-3. Maholm maybe getting stronger. In our open, in case you missed it, as we say, Steve said, hey, I don't care about any jinx. I'll show you. I'll walk right under a ladder and we'll do. Pirates lead the Milwaukee Brewers. Andy LaRoche takes a strike. He has bounced out and homered.
Two fastballs poured right down Grant Street.
Dirt. One ball, 2 strikes on Andy LaRoche. Ramon Vasquez and Jason Jaramillo follow. Maholm waiting his chance at the plate. Again, Joe Kerrigan there.
Fastball just off the outside corner, according to Bob Davidson. And he's been around long enough to know one when he sees one.
Right back at him. Andy LaRoche lines out to the pitcher.
Talk about the hot corner. There's nothing closer to that batter than the pitcher.
Southwest Field Camp shows you.
Bat glove. Bat glove.
Vasquez has walked and grounded to first.
And if you stay around to pitch long enough, it's 10 years in the big leagues, what you'd like to do, you're going to get hit out there in the middle of the mound by some line drives and ground balls. And take a few off the body. And with that knowledge going in, you'll make that deal. Stick around 10 years. You'll make a good buck and you'll have a nice pension.
One and two. Are some guys more prone to being hit for some fluky reason?
Yeah, depending on your follow through. Some guys wind up very vulnerable, like Nellie Briles.
Yeah.
Jim Bunning used to fall way over there. I used to fall over there a good bit, and I got whacked around a few times. And there was a time when I said, well, we want to tidy you up a little bit. We want to make your follow through a little cleaner. Well, I didn't have the same kind of stuff, so I think I'll sacrifice the body a little bit to follow through. And I wasn't big enough to be just tight and nice and perfectly under control. There's a swing and a miss and strike out.
2 outs, and it is time for the Coors Light 6th inning. Coors Light freeze cam. Let's go back to this early play. Paul Maholm just a little bit late in the throw from Vasquez, off the mark. So went as a fielder's choice RBI for Prince Fielder. Coors Light freeze cam brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
You could tell right there he was looking for the ball and the base at the same time. That creates problems.
And Jaramillo goes the other way. Duffy is over, will not get there. That's a fair ball, and it'll bounce into the seats for a book rule double. At the very least, that gets Maholm to the plate.
Yep. Little flare down the left field line, inside the chalk. See if Paul can help himself.
Jaramillo with the opposite field double. Hey, that's 6 doubles already for Jaramillo. Yeah. 38 at bats.
Another flare, Paul, somewhere. Chris Duffy way in left field. Cameron shading over toward left center some. Put it in play, Paul, somehow. Oh, didn't mean to, but he did. This is the decision where the pitcher's in the windup. I'm going to take a whack at this ball. Start the swing early and then, uh-oh, not the fastball I was looking for.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Not fair for a pitcher to throw his mound opponent a curveball, but you can't help him out because I've been reading about that in a book that just came out. You can't help out the opponent.
Struck him out looking, so Pirates leave one. That's 4 Ks for Gallardo. Through 6 innings, Paul Maholm and the Pirates are leading. Stop in Pirates Outfitters at PNC Park. Visit the new game used memorabilia display on the first floor. Newly remodeled displays featuring a variety of items from game used lineup cards, bats and bases to autographed merchandise like baseballs and jerseys. Pirates Outfitters located inside the left field gate at PNC Park.
A lot of fans outfitted looking hoodies there. My dad's decked out too. Good stuff.
Duffy, first. One pitch.
How efficient has Paul Mulholland been? I believe that's just pitch number 74, and I don't usually fool around with a pitch count unless it's extreme in one way or the other. That's quite efficient to this point.
Look at that. Struggled in that fourth inning a bit.
That's not a total. That's not a total in the seventh inning, by the way.
Casey McGee. Again, Steve, I was asking Neil Huntington yesterday about when do you start saying that the pitching staff is not a fluke? At one point.
Not yet.
They're still leading baseball in ERA.
Yep, certainly not yet. You get toward the end of the month of May. That would be my projection.
I think the thing that's most encouraging
you can't base it on 1 month.
The thing that's most encouraging is what Duke and now Snell to a degree have done to almost piggyback Mulholland. And you get, said this time and time again, you get 3/5 of that rotation strong, and then you add Ohlendorf.
And it doesn't have to be the same three every time you turn it over. Yeah, I love it so far. But, want to see more.
Mulholland. Oh, a desperate throw, and he got him. What a play by Paul Mulholland. What do we say about maybe not winning a Gold Glove? Someday, maybe.
Wow,
like that.
Wow, what a play. I didn't think he had a chance with his momentum taking him away. Look at this. He had no idea. He had to listen to the crowd to know he had gotten the out, because look at where he winds up. He's throwing that ball, and then his back is turned. His momentum is taken away. He's facing the fans down the third baseline.
Yeah, he's turned his back on the play now, so he doesn't know the result until he hears the fans react.
That is absolutely sensational.
Great play, Paul Mulholland. He is on a roll right now. Bouncing back. He said how anxious was he to get back on that mound after giving up 5 runs in 5 1/3 against these Brewers. His last time out, Pirates had staked him to a 5-1 lead.
Yeah, you take a look at the last 2 starts, as we said early in the ballgame, a total of 11 innings, 9 runs given up. That's an ERA of 7 or 8 in that area in the last 2 games. But he has been terrific, and he's been very terrific when he's needed to be.
Opposite field by Kendall. Foul ball, another look.
You won't see a better defensive play by a pitcher this year. Trust me. This is a great perspective.
Perfect strike to LaRoche. The off balance. Now, he doesn't know.
Just
here's the crowd.
Yep.
Still we got the out.
That's great. Great stuff.
Up the middle by Kendall. A 2-out single for Milwaukee's catcher.
And Paul will probably say that he might have had a chance to put a glove on that ball. Didn't get too far away from his glove. Yep. Yeah. Right under the glove. What a little back-to-back program that would have been.
You have to believe that he's got to be, even to this day, a little bit gun shy.
Well, way back in his minor league career, taking that line drive, he even say it off the face.
Yep.
And that rearranged his face for a while. Had some surgery.
May 15, 2004. Said he was pitching great that day. Hung a curveball to a good hitter. And he hit it probably as hard as you could hit a baseball. Never saw it. Quickly in front, 0-2 on his mound opponent, Gallardo.
Don't stand out there and think you can throw a routine fastball by him after the breaking ball. Make your kind of pitch right here.
Got him. Swinging. 6 strikeouts for Paul Maholm. And the score 3-1. Time for the Levin Furniture 7th inning stretch. Event, consider all that PNC Park has to offer for corporate events, weddings, bar mitzvahs, and more. PNC Park has venues that can accommodate groups of any size. Go to Pirates.com for details on booking and catering options for the Lexus Club, the Pittsburgh Baseball Club, or the Trib Total Media Hall of Fame Club right here at PNC Park. Nyjer Morgan, the top of the order. Pops up the first pitch from Gallardo. Pirates leading at 3-1.
Just love to give Paul Maholm a little more wiggle room.
Fly ball to right for Nyjer Morgan. Bouncer to second. On a forced play. Another ground ball to second base his last time up, and he's in the hole 0-2.
Gallardo pitching well, but Paul's pitching better. And the more you see of Gallardo, the more you see the mix-up of stuff. But when he throws a fastball, he throws a lot of letter-high fastballs. They're not 95, 96. They're 91, 92, just pretty much like that. But it must look attractive because you see a lot of batters going up to try to catch up with that fastball that is certainly good enough, and a lot of batters coming down empty.
Yes. Strike 3, says Bob Davidson.
Splitter or curveball, forkball, something downstairs. And Bob Davidson said, yep, you did. You went too far. I think Nyjer might have had a beef there, but done deal.
1 out of the 7th. Freddie Sanchez 1 out of 3. Lines this ball the other way. Pulling it. Well, he doubled to right field with 1 out in the 5th, and now he goes to left field for his 12th double of the season.
That's the gift of Freddie Sanchez right there. Most of the time he'll go the opposite way, but on occasion he will turn on it. It makes it so difficult to defense him. You're going to favor him going to right field most of the time, but every once in a while this is what he will do. And when he does that, there is no issue about getting to second base.
His 16th extra base hit, which ties him for Mike Cameron for the league lead. His league leading 12th double. Freddie Sanchez keeps on hitting. Reminiscent of that batting title year. Doubles leaders there in the senior circuit. Freddie Sanchez led the league in doubles in 2006 with 53 when he led the league in hitting. McLouth with a runner at second, 1 out here in the 7th. McLouth 2 for 3. Picked up RBI number 16 in the 5th inning. 2009 Pirates baseball on FSN Pittsburgh, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines has low fares with no hidden fees. Book now on southwest.com, where what you see is what you pay. Mark DeFelice in the bullpen for Milwaukee. The Pirates get a lefty going as well.
Nate McLouth was thinking about making this a 5-1 ball game with that last swing.
Kendall and Gallardo got to come to terms here. Kendall's so impressed with Gallardo.
What did he tell you? Potential Cy Young Award winner?
He says if this guy stays healthy, he's going to win a Cy Young. And Kendall and others are so impressed by the fact that he came back last year after that injury Steve talked about, that knee injury, rehabbed it vigorously, came back in late September, started game 1 of the playoffs against Philadelphia, and Kendall said for him to come back and do what he did was amazing. A lot of guys would have taken it to the house, would have shut it down. Dribbler Gallardo on to get McLouth.
Jason Kendall knows a little bit about pitchers. Been around a long time. See the Pirate bullpen.
Yates and Graybo, double barrel action. Yeah, there he is. Now for sure we can call him the veteran backstop.
Yep.
His first 9 years wearing a Pirates uniform.
He has had a terrific career.
14th big league season.
I still don't think he got enough credit for what he did in Pittsburgh. A lot of resentment about a big contract, but there's never any lack of effort of how to play the game and way to go about your work and give you exactly all he had most every night.
Yeah, really, it was not Kendall's fault that the Pirates gave him all that money, but you're right, there was a lot of resentment. He was paid a lot of money, in some people's minds too much money, for what he did at the plate, but again, that's not his fault. You can blame a bad decision on the part of the Pirates management for giving him the big deal.
Yeah, and then you can tell anybody that had anything to say about that particular scenario, what if your boss is paying that kind of money?
You going to turn it down?
Yeah.
The thing about that was when the Pirates were going into PNC Park. It was the end of the 2000 season. They were going into a new yard, and back then Kevin McClatchy felt really strongly that they couldn't lose Kendall or trade him because there'd be such a backlash going into a new ballpark. He felt like Kendall and Giles had to be part of a nucleus that would win going into the new yard, and it just didn't happen.
Now, Jason Kendall having to be on his toes with the runner at third base. Close ball game. Never a lack of effort. It's the classic pose for a catcher. Get down, try to get as much of body and equipment as you can where you think that ball will bounce.
Still out there every day, too, is Kendall. Talking about effort. Started 149 games last year. That is a franchise record for the Brewers, shattering the mark that had been set by Darrell Porter. Porter started 121 games in 1975. That was the previous Brewers record. Kendall started 149. Most by any catcher in the big league since Gary Carter started 151 games for Montreal in 1982. That ball driven deep to center. Cameron back, and a nice catch made by Cameron.
Good recovery there as he had to turn and get back to the wall, and a ball that didn't have a lot of height. That's a good play.
7 complete. Pirates still lead.
the bat of Adam LaRoche, continuing to tattoo the ball. Early in the ball game, he had a little bit of an eye issue, and Roger Kaplinger, the trainer, came out. The only reason I want to mention that is because way back when Tony Barterum was our trainer, and we had a rule, Greg, that if he didn't come out on the field and get some face time on the TV games, that we had to fake an injury and bring him out. And we would rotate. We'd have a little meeting. There's a swing and a miss, and all right, who is it tonight? And, you'd have to take your turn.
So if there's nothing serious, then somebody has to fake it.
Because Tony had to have his face time.
How about that?
Yeah. So it was a 20 game program.
Well, that's a nice little nugget that you have provided us, and we'll have to hold that over Tony Barterum's head for a long time now. Ryan Braun just standing there, and obviously not going to be used tonight. That back injury was out of the lineup last night against Arizona.
The story tonight is Paul Maholm. So many times when you're scuffling and struggling, you have to pitch your way out of it. Tonight, so far, that's exactly what he's doing. We said before the game started, find a way to win, and this is one of the better recipes. Have your pitcher dominate. Big item right here. Got a 3-1 lead. You got 2 runs to work with, but if you put the leadoff man on, you're playing with fire. Brings the tying run to the plate, especially when you're at the top of the batting order. Pirate bullpen has been busy for an inning plus. They're ready if needed.
Maholm at 91 pitches.
Still quite efficient. Big pitch. This is a big at bat for Paul.
Oh,
yeah.
Got him. 7 Ks for Maholm.
Fastball, some tail on it, out away. You can't take it. You got a 3-2 count. Maybe out of the strike zone, maybe not. Probably away from the strike zone, but good way to start the 8th. Breaking ball. Something else downtown. Good fastball in the corner. It's just been a good night for Paul Maholm. He's given up 1 run. He's worked in and out of a couple jams, primarily the first and then in the 4th. He's been trucking along real nice ever since. Can we take a look at that line again? Paul Maholm, get a chance. Take a look at the line for J.J. Hardy first. All fouled away. Here's what you got to love right there. He doesn't give anything away. They've got to earn it. Last game against the Milwaukee Brewers, the last start for Paul. 5 earned runs, 5 free passes. None tonight. Massaging that outside corner.
Trying to come back again, falling behind 3-1. Now to 3-2. And there's the first free pass of the night for Maholm. Support the Pittsburgh Fallen Heroes and thank everyone that protects and serves to make us safer. Visit FSNinsider.com today. Order your Fallen Heroes t-shirt. All proceeds evenly distributed between the Heroes families. Well, with Ricky Weeks coming to the plate, and with Maholm having just about reached 100 pitches, John Russell will lift him in favor, apparently, of right-hander Tyler Yates. What a performance from Paul Maholm tonight. 7 1/3. beating the Brewers. Mahalem moments ago down the dugout steps.
Being congratulated. He can win it. He cannot lose it. 7 1/3 innings, 6 hits. He walked 1 batter. Last batter he faced and struck out 7, and he leaves in favor of Tyler Yates. Could be a 1-batter program for Tyler Yates with Fielder in the on-deck circle. John Graybo has been warming up. He is ready to go. So we'll see how it all plays out.
Yates' numbers, you see, he needs to get some consistency going. He's been scored upon 3 times in his last 5 outings after he made 3 straight scoreless appearances. Tyler Yates.
Yep, the 8 innings, 6 walks.
Yates had 1 good outing against Milwaukee, 1 bad one. The good one was the finale of that series on Wednesday afternoon, 1 scoreless, gave up a double to Prince Fielder, but stranded him. Facing Ricky Weeks. Yates gave up 3 runs, getting just 1 out. The opening game of that series last Monday, and it's ball 1 on Ricky Weeks.
97 up on the radar gun here at the ballpark, so a little different look for Ricky Weeks. Not a lefter, a right-hander, and a flamethrower.
Ball's behind him, 2-0. Weeks 0 for 5 with 3 walks in his career against Tyler Yates. Weeks just 5 walks this season with 24 strikeouts. So this is somebody you got to be really wild against for him to walk.
But the key, strikes out a lot, but I bet you break down those strikeouts, a lot of them were first pitch strikes. Puts him behind, so he's going to chase. Now it can be a lot more selective ahead in the count, 2-0.
There's a strike. Yates making his 16th career appearance against Milwaukee. Lifetime ERA of 7.47 against the Brewers. Falls behind Weeks, 3-1. Full count.
Boy, that is hard to deal with right there. 96 miles an hour downstairs. It's hard to get the bat down there quick enough, and then when you get down there, keep it level enough to try to make some decent contact. That's a tough combination. 96 downstairs. Looks like some pretty good movement. Live fastball. And the lower you get that fastball and keep it in the strike zone, the more movement you're going to get.
Anywhere close, Weeks will swing. And it's bounced foul. 3-2.
Now, you're not going to see much subtlety from Tyler Yates. And Ricky Weeks has seen a lot of fastballs right now. And the only point I'm making, the more you see, and the more you help yourself with your attempt at timing to catch up with it.
Another big pitch with Fielder on deck.
You're not going to see anything but a fastball.
Another foul ball.
I'm predicting another one.
Yeah.
Not a guarantee, but that's the strength for Tyler.
Tyler Yates, 31 years old. Hawaiian native, Prince Fielder to follow, but he would likely face Graybo.
And he's throwing some fastballs downstairs now, and you saw that kind of sinker fastball. If they go upstairs in the strike zone with that 96 or 97, that's going to be hard for Ricky Weeks to come back upstairs visually and catch up. Wiggle, I guess.
Sinking fastball again.
Yeah. Yes.
Appeal. Yes! Oh, man! The Pirates maybe got a call there. from Jeff Nelson. Weeks can't believe it. The quick appeal from Jaramillo. Well, you know, didn't they call a strike on
Nyjer Morgan?
Nyjer Morgan earlier, so consistency from both sides. Morgan was called out on appeal to Tim Cheetah, the third base umpire, and now Weeks is called out, swinging on the appeal. Tyler Yates gets the strikeout, and that will be it for Tyler Yates. Jeff Nelson rings him up. Yates exits. A Columbia Gas 8-1-1 call to the pen. Graybo versus Fielder in a 3-1 game coming up next. Tying run comes to the plate in the big person of Prince Fielder.
Numbers for John Graybo.
Now keep this in mind. Fielder, career 500 hitter against Graybo. 7 for 14. Strike one. There's that strike one Steve talked about earlier.
Yep. Inside part of the strike zone. John Graybo has that changeup that will kind of tail in toward Prince Fielder if he wants to do that. He's also got the big sweeping breaking ball. There it is.
Line to center.
Didn't get it far enough out away from Prince Fielder, but he keeps him in the yard. Yeah, just a comparison here. We're talking about Morgan versus Weeks. Nyjer Morgan goes out, and it's mostly arms. No wrist as he tries to hold back. Ricky Weeks, watch the loop at the end of this attempt to stop. Right there. See that bat going out and the end of it kind of going a little bit further. I thought he had a little more wrist action, and you know, Nyjer.
In both cases, they were called out on appeals.
Yep.
Cheetah called out Morgan in the bottom of the 7th, and Jeff Nelson on the right-hand side of your screen calls out Ricky Weeks moments ago. Now it's Mike Cameron at the plate with 2 on and 2 outs. Cameron 0 for 4 in his career against Graybo plus a walk. Did he go? Why wouldn't you appeal that one? Wow.
Nothing to lose, right?
Exactly. That sure looked like a swing, didn't it?
Maybe maybe it's like the NFL. You only get one appeal. You only throw the red handkerchief out once.
Oh, I'm surprised they didn't ask on that one. 2-0 count. 2-1. 2-1 on Cameron. He is 0 for 3 tonight. Duffy on deck. Hits even at 7 apiece. The Pirates trying to end a 15-game losing streak to the Brewers. Strike 2-2. Despite this losing streak to Milwaukee, between both PNC Park and Miller Park. In the 9-year history of this yard, the Bucks have gone 43-25 against Milwaukee, and now it's full count on Cameron.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people forget. I mean, you know, the most recent thing is probably
sure.
going to be fresh in everybody's mind, but there was a time when the Pirates used to do a number on this club.
They've beaten the Brewers more times than any other opposing team. And here we go. The runners will be off on this pitch to Cameron. Hardy from second, Fielder from first, and it's still 3-2.
The Pirates in their outfield against Mike Cameron, they are giving him about 6.5 acres down the left field corner.
We've talked about this, D, the last couple of days. We asked John Russell about this, and it's an interesting strategy. They're basically taking away the triple in left center because Morgan can get to any ball in left. Inside, the bases are loaded now with Brewers. Paul Maholm can only watch. It's Graybo against Duffy, a former teammate now. Or no, they're going to be called back, and Ryan Braun, despite the sore back, is going to hit. Braun, bothered by the sore back, didn't start yesterday, and now the man who was the center of controversy last week in Milwaukee comes to the plate in a bases loaded 2-out situation.
Very outspoken about that whole scenario. I can understand his reaction. I just thought it was carried on longer than it needed to be. And when you start addressing it to the commissioner, got pretty interesting to me. There's no doubt this is a talented young man.
Strike one. He is 0 for 3 plus a walk in previous matchups with Graybo. Braun batting for Duffy. Strike two. Here it was last week. The home run given up by Karstens. The next time he came to the plate, hit square in the back. Karstens says he was not doing it intentionally. He has appealed the fine. Braun says, I guarantee you that kid wanted nothing to do with it. He said that he believes he was ordered to throw at him. And it's still 0-2.
That kid, how much older is Braun than Jeff Carson? Come on.
That rankled some Pirate players when he used those terms.
Yeah,
I guarantee you
that
that kid
15-year-old veteran
wanted nothing to do with it. He said it came from somebody else. He wouldn't even look at me. Karsten's next to Zach Duke there on your screen. And then Braun went on to say, we're the wrong team to mess with. No disrespect to anybody else, but we're a different team.
Different from other teams?
If I deserved it, that's one thing. But I didn't do anything. Another 0-2 pitch due to Ryan Braun. And it's a fly ball, shallow right. It's trouble. Drops in. And they will tie the game, and Braun will go to second. That ball held up there seemingly forever, but Moss and Sanchez not able to get there, and Ryan Braun with a pop-up, a pinch hit single, and going to second on the throw, has tied it at 3.
Pitch by pitch. Strike one. Strike two. Fouls off the sinker and then goes the opposite way with a little sinking fastball out of way into no man's land. We've got a new ball game.
No decision for Paul Maholm. Gives up 2 runs.
And now John Graybo desperately needs this out.
Yeah. Casey McGee. Ryan Braun the single and going to second on the throw. 2 RBIs for Braun. Two and one. Kenny Maka goes to his ace card. Braun 2-2 now on McGee. 0 for 3 against the starter Mahalem.
2-out action.
Rabo strikes him out, but that 2-out action after the 1-out walk to Hardy, Fielder singled, Cameron walked, and Braun popped. Did not start because of a back injury. He comes in as a pinch hitter and gets behind in the count 0-2, gets enough of the ball on the bat into right field, no man's land. Moss, not a great jump, and Moss obviously not blessed with great speed, not able to catch up to it. So it's a 2-run opposite field single to tie it. And now Mark DeFelice, his 12th appearance, 3-3 game.
He has given up 1 run, solo home run to Aramis Ramirez, and that's been it against Mark DeFelice. Well, we're back to that phrase, find a way now.
Yeah.
Find a way.
Moss pops it up. And the out recorded in center. 1 away. It's time for the play that made you smile. Brought to you by our friends at Aspen Dental. Andy LaRoche leading off the 4th inning with his first home run of the season off the foul pole in left. The Aspen Dental play that made you smile. And here he is, lined out his last time. A no decision for Yovani Gallardo. Line drive to center that carries out to Cameron. 2 outs. Ramon Vasquez. Vasquez has walked, grounded out, and struck out. Caps for the Bucks. Vasquez starting for Brian Bixler. Two and two.
This is one of those games, Greg. You got the ball game under control. You got it under control, and they tie it up just like that. And you got to be careful now, just not letting your shoulders slump and say, "Oh my goodness, we came this close."
A base hit. Yeah, I was going to ask you, Steve, because you said that when you're out on the field, you don't think about this hex or this streak or whatever it is. But when something like that happens, do you start in the back of your mind to think, "My goodness, maybe there is something to this"?
Well, I think we think of it more than they do, because if you allow yourself to get involved in that, I mean, just you're sending yourself the wrong signal. You've got to try to avoid that. But you're just the game itself, regardless of the streak. We had control of this ball game. Now we don't. You can't just let go of things right now. You just got to keep it together. You got to grind it out and find a way to get this extra run or whatever it takes and win this ball game.
Jaramillo doubled the other way in the sixth. One ball, one strike on the switch hitting catcher. This streak has taken on this pitch throw over to first base. Fielder has to reach around. I mean, you look at since 1990, longest winning streak by one team versus another. 15 games is right up there with the Expos against the Padres from 93 to 95, the A's against the Mariners in 06. And since 1990, 3 other teams had winning streaks of 16 games over another club. The Braves against the Rockies in 93 and 94, Diamondbacks against the Reds 2001 through 2003, and the Twins against the Tigers in 02 through 03, 16-gamer. Right now, the Brewers trying to come back and win their 16th straight over the Pirates.
Well, the one thing that I will acknowledge, and I like to say there's no history once the anthem is played. These guys are going on the field feeling good. They're not hoping to win. They're expecting to win.
The Brewers.
Yeah. And they have that
because of the history against the Pirates, you mean?
Yeah, absolutely. So they are taking the field with a good feel, good bit of confidence. And the Pirates, in the back of their mind, they're hoping to win. I don't know if they're expecting to win. I think the Brewers, because of the streak, they're expecting to win. So a little bit of psychological difference. But I don't think, again, once the game starts, I don't think I don't think it takes all that much relevance to both players, both sets of players, once the game starts.
Jaramillo. Head-to-head since July 2008.
This is not a pretty set of numbers.
Coming into the ball game. Look at that bullpen ERA. That has been a huge reason for this Brewers winning streak. And again tonight, the bullpen.
With 96 runs to 40, you're not going to win many.
No. Jaramillo lays off. John Graybo probably thought he was out of the inning when he got the pop-up from Braun. Give him a weak swing on the 0-2 pitch.
Probably John hoping that he'd gotten that breaking ball out a little further away from Prince Fielder, too. But you can't always throw it exactly where you want to.
Jaramillo lines this ball to right field, and off the glove of the right fielder, Corey Hart. Runner going to be waved. Here comes the throw to the plate, and it's going to be late. And Jason Jaramillo, the Milwaukee Kid, with another double to give the Pirates the lead.
And the sidebar story is that Prince Fielder got the cutoff throw and never even looked around to home plate. Now, I don't know if he's got a play or not. but here it goes. Close to being caught against the American League scoreboard, but it wasn't. Look at Hart's on. Bounces away. He's going to get it into Prince Fielder. Fielder.
Delay. Who knows? If he turns and fires right away, but Jason Jaramillo, what a story. 2 more doubles, 7 two-base hits already. As Delwyn Young bats for Graybo. Capps was loosening up, figuring he was going to be in there even in a tie game. Well, now it's a save situation. The Pirates look for more.
2 out offense.
Great
2 quick outs.
Great at bat for Jaramillo.
Yep.
Tremendous at bat.
So close to being caught by Corey Hart up against the scoreboard.
Of course, Vasquez battled to get it going with 2 outs. The base hit for Vasquez and the double for Jaramillo and the fly out by Young to Braun. So it's on to the ninth, and now it is the save situation. Jason Jaramillo grew up watching Brewers baseball, and he drives it.
Pittsburgh is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines has low fares with no hidden fees. Book now at southwest.com, where what you see is what you pay.
There he is, Jason Jaramillo. Big 2-out double to score Ramon Vasquez. Jaramillo, who has become the starting catcher with Doman out, was traded over the winter from Philadelphia for Ronnie Paulino. Now work to do for Capps as he faces Kendall. Craig Counsell to follow. And then the top of the order.
'92, '93, strike 1, strike 2. Matt Capps, the numbers package. Tries the slider. Jason Kendall looking for the fastball, got it, couldn't quite get to it. You know he's sitting on it.
Always one of the tougher players in baseball to strike out, Jason Kendall. They go with a slider now. Just gets a piece.
Boy, that's quite a job by Kendall to stay alive. That was a good-looking slider, and so tough to take it in a 2-strike situation. Good pitch and a good bat save, you might say, by Kendall.
Another foul ball. Kendall is the 5th toughest this year to strike out in the National League.
He's been in that category a lot of years. Well, you got to be careful in there.
Just going to say, the other thing, he leads the league in a lot. Hit by pitches.
He'll move everything, every part of the body except that arm, forearm, shoulder, and he's taken a lot of pitches, and he's reached first base a lot of times.
Hit 4 times this year.
And he's making Matt Capps work. 2 quick strikes. Now it's 2-2.
Kendall ranks 6th all time and being hit by pitches. And he starts the inning off with a base hit to center.
So a lot of pitches. Fastball right there, and Jason Kendall has been around long enough. He's not going to be able to pull that ball. Hits it straight away. That's exactly what the Brewers wanted, needed. A base runner. Andy LaRoche way in at third base. Would they try to move Kendall?
Usually you don't play for the tie on the road. We'll see what Kenny Maka does here. He's not bunting, and instead he's a base runner with a base hit to right. First and second, and no one out.
Well, this is what happened to Capps last time. Ground balls, finding the holes. This one finds a hole between first and second. Craig Counsell not waiting around, looking for a fastball first pitch, and got it. So now what do you do with Corey Hart?
Hart will look down third base way. Hart with 1 sacrifice bunt this season.
Jason Kendall moving with the ground ball and then going straight upstairs to get out of the way.
Hart a pretty decent bunter. 4 bunts last season. Wouldn't figure to be that kind of a guy, but can get the job done. And now Jaramillo going to talk it over with Capps again.
Well, you got to make sure everybody's squared away on what they're going to do. If indeed this ball is bunted, you can have no mistakes. Everybody's got to be prepared. What are you going to do if it's bunted to you or hit to you? What if it's not a bunt? What if it's hit sharply to you? You got to be ready for any situation here.
Bunted, and a good one to third, and LaRoche lets it roll foul.
Wisely. You see how close that line is to the grass there on the fair ball side. It's on the grass. The minute it guts over, it has a little extra momentum every time it rolls off that grass to get across that line, because the line is closer to the grass in fair territory.
What decision Andy LaRoche has to make in a split second.
Yep.
Once he decides to let it go, it's over, obviously.
Yeah, once he decides to pick it up in fair territory, it's over.
Right.
It's a perfecta sacrifice.
Hart squares again.
Matt Capps has to be prepared. The ball's bunted back at him. Do you have a play at third base? Because Andy LaRoche is not that far away from third. The minute the ball is bunted back toward the pitcher, he's got to retreat just in case they've got a play there. And that's the ideal scenario for the Pirates.
Time called.
I think both of these teams need nobody will work harder than whoever wins this ball game. This is work.
Did he offer? Thought they might appeal that one. Hart apparently pulled back. 2-1.
Does the bat go backwards? Well, up initially and then back. Matt Capps has got to keep his concentration. He needs to throw a strike here. You cannot give them a free pass. You just can't do it. Important pitch right here. They don't get the call. If that pitch was important, think about this one. And there could be another one to follow. Sticky stuff.
Wants it foul. Well, Steve, you know, as you say, you don't want to walk him, but now you're 2 strikes. You figure if you're Kenny Maka, 2 strikes, you take the bunt out now. Is it no longer in play? Maka, of course, when he managed, was with Oakland.
Well, the Pirates believe that they've moved Andy LaRoche back.
Adam LaRoche playing in front of the runner.
Need the strikeout.
Still 3-2. Obviously, the bunt is off. Maka and the A's never bunted.
Billy Beane wouldn't let him.
No, sir. Money ball. You don't give up the out. Now Hart swinging away. A 3-2 count. Kendall. A tying run in scoring position. Oh, bases are loaded. Nobody out. Capps walks Hart. And now faces J.J. Hardy with nobody out.
Well, you know, the continuing saga of this top of the 9th, then hard to figure that the Brewers aren't going to score. And if they do, you know who they've got out there, the all-time saves leader.
Yeah. Hardy has singled, flied to left, grounded to second, and walked.
Infield in.
Not a lot of history between these two. Hardy 1 for 5 with a home run against Capps. And that's plenty deep to tie the game. Tied up, and the runner from second, Counsell, tags and goes to third. Sacrifice fly for Hardy, 1 away. Brewers come back and tie it in the 9th. It brings up Ricky Weeks. J.J. Hardy just his 8th RBI of the season. Weeks has struck out a couple of times, flied out and singled.
25 strikeouts now. Got to strike him out. Well, you know, you'd love to get the ground ball right at somebody, but you're thinking about primarily trying to get the ball by him 3 times.
Weeks 1 for 6 against Capps, has not struck out in previous matchups. Letting Corey Hart know that they know he's there and trying to keep him at that first base bag, keep the double play in order. Prince Fielder on deck. He and Capps have had a history. Blocked by Jaramillo.
You look at one of the keys from the Brewers standpoint, the at-bat of Jason Kendall. Behind 0-2 first 2 pitches. Worked several more pitches and then got a ball he could get up the middle to get it started.
1-1 on Weeks.
Former Pirate scoring the tying run.
Time called. Bob Davidson, just as Caps was ready to deliver, granted the timeout asked for by Ricky Weeks. Counsell is at third. He had the ground single to right. And Corey Hart walked on a 3-2 pitch.
A lot of possibilities for Kenny Mauka here.
Caps falls behind 2-1.
I don't know if Ricky Weeks is going to check with his third base coach. I don't know if he gave him a look or not. You never know about a squeeze in this kind of situation. Not a high percentage play right now, but you never know.
Go to first, diving back, Corey Hart. Pirates led 3-1 going into the 8th inning. The Brewers tied it with a 2 spot, and after the Bucks took the lead in the bottom of the 8th, Milwaukee comes back again. Check swing, foul ball.
Well, if you were thinking strikeout at the beginning before this at bat started, boy, you're really thinking about it now. Runners on first and third, 1 out. This could be huge if Matt could get it, and this is a strikeout candidate. Jason Jaramillo has in mind. We want to go upstairs with a fastball, perhaps. Boy, he did, and didn't expect the call, but I thought that he might get Ricky Weeks to chase up there. He did not. Jason holding it there, trying to sell the call.
Fake to third, look to first. And a drive deep to left, way back, and gone. A 3-2 pitch, Ricky Weeks. It's a 3-run homer. The Brewers lead it 7-4 in the 9th. How about that? Weeks, his 6th of the year.
Wow. This simply wow.
Ricky Weeks crushes the 3-2 pitch from Caps, and Milwaukee takes a 7-4 lead. Now it's Prince Fielder. An amazing run these Brewers have had against the Pirates.
You know, you go back to that chart showing the dominance in different categories. The ERA of the Pirate bullpen into this game, 8.08, and that's been added on to. Tough night for John Graybo. Tougher night for Matt Capps.
Ricky Weeks, his 6th home run. Ball popped out of play. Capps now in his last 2 outings has given up in less than 2 innings 6 runs. Six homers for Weeks, 18 RBIs on the year. And Capps falls behind 3-2. Capps just not as sharp as we remember seeing him early portion of last year as a foul tip in the strikeout.
One batter too late.
That's Trevor Hoffman. It's a close situation. save situation. The batter, Mike Cameron. Cameron 0 for 3 plus a walk. Caps threw a lot of pitches on Saturday. Pirates were leading 8-4. They gave up 5 hits, 2 runs, as the Reds made it very interesting before he struck out Alex Gonzalez with the bases loaded. Save opportunity here for Caps, but obviously
first 3
a blown
batters.
save.
Yeah, first 3 batters reaching base.
A hit, and a walk. It's not used to seeing Caps give up those free passes. About 8 2/3 innings, 4 walks. Fly ball to center. McLouth is there. Pirates go to work in the bottom of the 9th inning. They'll have to try and do it against Trevor Hoffman. (7-4) Milwaukee. It's Trevor Hoffman, the all-time saves leader. Yesterday picked up another against the Arizona Diamondbacks. His 3rd save of the season. Started the year on the disabled list with a strained right oblique. Earned his 1st save as a Brewer last week against Pittsburgh.
Well, that's a set of statistics that tells you a lot about Trevor Hoffman. Number 1 on the list. Hoping we weren't going to have to see him tonight, but here he is.
Nyjer Morgan takes strike 1 from Trevor Hoffman. A fly ball to center. 1 out. Morgan is retired. Been some early tough losses. This one will be the toughest. Pirates 2 outs away from losing for the 13th time this season, dropping them below 500. They will have dropped 6 of their last 7. And the losing streak against Milwaukee will continue to haunt them at least until tomorrow night, unless they come back. An amazing game. 3-1. The Pirates are seemingly in total control with Paul Maholm on the hill. He strikes out Corey Hart to start the 8th. He walks J.J. Hardy. He is lifted in favor. Yeah, first walk of the game. John Russell goes to Tyler Yates, who nearly walks Ricky Weeks but gets an appeal call, strikes him out. And then John Grabo faces the left-hand hitting Prince Fielder, gives up the hit to him, walks Cameron. Braun comes in as a pinch hitter, hits a pop-up to medium depth right field that drops between Brandon Moss and Freddie Sanchez for a game-tying 2-run single. The Pirates go to work with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Ramon Vasquez a single and a go-ahead double by Jason Jaramillo. And you got your closer out there in Matt Capps, but ineffective tonight.
Thought we had the game twice, 3-1 and 4-3.
Yep. Three-two count on Sanchez. He has 2 doubles tonight. Gallardo started, went 7, gave up 3 runs. DeFelice was on the hook to lose it, but he would pick up the win and would improve to 3-0 as Sanchez continues to battle. Pirates trying to find a way to get men on base. Against Trevor Hoffman, who left the San Diego Padres after 16 years. Another foul ball. Signed a 1-year, $6 million deal with the Brewers over the winter, plus $1.5 million in incentives. Had been offered a 1-year, $4 million deal with San Diego, but when he requested a meeting with owner John Moores, president Sandy Alderson, and general manager Kevin Towers, the offer was rescinded. And off the glove, and second baseman Ricky Weeks gets to his feet and throws out Freddie Sanchez. 1-4-3. Excellent play by Weeks. Just off tip of the glove, but enough to deflect it to second. Otherwise, it's a base hit up the middle. Pirates down to their last out. Cheesehead on hand. McLouth 2 for 4. Seven runs, 11 hits for Milwaukee, 4 runs, 9 hits for Pittsburgh. Grabo and Ohlendorf, Duke. Vasquez looking on, and the rest of the Pirates bench. Frustrations. Dribbler, roller, and this will be a base hit. Pirates have some life with 2 outs, an infield single for McLouth. His 3rd hit of the evening.
Well, once this ball gets by the third baseman and the shortstop has to handle it, it's done deal. Base hit.
Adam LaRoche trying to find a way to get on. Even bunting if need be, as the third baseman McGee was deep and well off the line. Oh, and 2. Down to their last strike. Ground ball to second. It's Ricky Weeks. And on to first, yeah. The man who homered to give Milwaukee the lead and an improbable win. The Pirates' woes against the Brewers continue. 16 straight